Reporting live from the crib. Welcome back to Born Ballin'. Today, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite draft picks for this year's upcoming fantasy football season. If you haven't checked it already, go to my shorts. I've been doing mock drafts, and I'm going to be doing mock drafts all off season long. So I've been getting a good idea of who's a good pick and where you should really be taking them. So without further ado, let's jump right into it with my first favorite pick, Chase Brown. Now, Chase Brown is in an amazing situation. If you saw anything with the Bengals last year, I know you did. Jamar Chase was going crazy. Chase Brown was that main running back. And they did not bring in any competition for him. They didn't draft any competition. They didn't sign anybody. He is going to be the main running back in that offense. I expect that offense to be potent again this year. Right now, he's going RB12. He realistically could be a top 5 running back in that offense. Add in some more touchdowns from last year. Have him start from the beginning of the year. Sky's the limit for him for real. And in that third round, when I see him, I'm taking him every single time. No questions asked. Now, going from one running back in a great situation to another running back in a great situation, Isaiah Pacheco. Right now, he's currently going RB29, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. He's really one of the latest running backs that you can get that is really one of the main number one ball handler guys, and there's really no competition. Yeah, they're going to have some trick plays. Yeah, they're going to have their little flips as the Chiefs, but Isaiah Pacheco, I know you see how hard he runs. Andy Reid is going to run him. He's going to hand him the ball. He's going to even give him some dump passes. So where he's going right now as his ADP, he's going to finish above that. No questions asked. I'm stamping it right now, guaranteed. So that's a guy that you have to take. And if you can get him as your third running back, you're golden, man. You really want to have guys who can have high ceilings, even if they have a high floor. And I see Isaiah Pacheco as having a high ceiling. Look out for him to have an RB1 type of year for sure. Next on this list is a guy who's going wide receiver 33. And just out of the talent alone, there's no reason he should be going this low. George Pickens is an amazing talent. Yes, some of the other stuff and off the field characteristics that he brings onto the field sometimes, they're questionable, yeah. But honestly, seeing him in this new situation, blending in perfectly. Honestly, him and CeeDee Lamb are probably more similar than they are not. And I can see them being kind of twins in a way. And everybody's talking about like, oh, they traded him from the Steelers because they didn't want him under DK because he was going to be XY. Nah, I think he wants to win. And no, if we're not winning, I'm not going to let somebody that's not better than me take the crown. No. But we're in Dallas. I can help out Dak a lot. I'm in a contract year. It's to the moon for George Pickens and for the Cowboys offense. So I see big things happening for them. So I expect George Pickens to finish way above his ADP, at the least a wide receiver 2. But I don't know. We've seen Dak in this offense before, and they can have a 2 wide receiver 1 type of year. Like I said, sky's the limit for them for real. Moving on from a wide receiver on my favorite team to one of my favorite wide receivers to draft this year, period. He's going wide receiver 40 right now, and Khalil Shakir is not going to finish wide receiver 40. He's going to be above that. No questions. I can guarantee it. He's going to be in that slot with Josh Allen. Y'all know who Josh Allen is. He's that guy for real. So being the main target for Josh Allen, that sounds like a great time to me. I'm not going to lie. So he's at least going to be a wide receiver 2. Yeah, there's other options out there. Keon Coleman's going to be there. They can sign some other receivers. Yeah, James Cook is going to catch some passes, but Josh Allen's still going to throw the ball eventually. Khalil Shakir in the slot is the Bills receiver that I want to build with. And him in that flex spot is going to feel like a cheat code. He's going to get at least 8 targets a game. And what he can do with that, he can go to the moon with that easily. Now, this next player is honestly just the pillar of consistency. The king, Derrick Henry. He's going RB5, but he's that guy. He can be RB1 easy. So I just love taking him, whether it's at the end of the first round, early second round. I wanted him so bad last year, knew he was going to have a great year with Lamar, and I expect more of the same this year, honestly. I don't see how he doesn't finish top 10, at the least top 10. So having a guy that you know is going to be a top 10 at their position, you got to take him in the first 2 rounds. Have to. So Derrick Henry, if I can get him, if I have one of those 7, 8, 9 picks, I'm taking Derrick Henry with that first or second pick for sure. Now, before we get to these last 2 guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, it helps out a lot. You know the algorithm, it be tripping. So I need y'all's help. So like, comment, subscribe for me. Thank you very much. Now, these last 2 players are players in potent offenses. First, I got Scary Terry. Yeah, he's on the Commanders and they're in my division. I be hating, I ain't gonna lie. But he's that guy for real. He actually gets a quarterback and you see what he does. He's done it all the time without one. And now he gets one and, like I said, you see what he does. Goes to the moon. And it's only going to get better from here. I only see Jaden Daniels getting more better, more experience. And now they have Debo, another legitimate guy who can take pressure off of Terry. Yeah, he's going to take some targets up, but if they're scoring more points, he's still going to get those fantasy points. So I expect a big year from Terry. Him as your second or third wide receiver, you're winning big. So look out for Terry to have an explosive year. Wide receiver 1 for sure. Now, I know I said I had 2 more guys in the potent offenses. This last guy, it's kind of a hypothetical. But you see what the Indiana Pacers are doing. RIP Jim Irsay. I think the Indianapolis Colts are going to do something similar. Anthony Richardson had a rough year last year. We all saw it. It was rough. But you see how many snaps he took before that? He was a college diamond in the dirt. So they're still wiping some of that dirt off. And I expect a lot more of that dirt to be wiped off this year and for him to bounce back. And we seen the athleticism. Game 1, I thought I had it in the bag. I thought the fantasy season was over. I'm not going to lie. Yes, I had him on my team. But he folded and he messed up Jonathan Taylor, who is the last player on this list. Jonathan Taylor was the best running back I ever seen in college. And I saw Percy Harvin. I've seen so many. Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin. If you don't know about Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin, just turn on the highlights right now. Because he was really that guy. So I expect them to have the actually potent offense that they were supposed to have last year. Bring it back this year. Like I said, get some of that dirt off and let's get back to eating.